Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm a perfume collector and in my videos I will not only talk about my collection but also about perfumes in general. I will share with you my experiences and recommendations and I'm very curious to hear your opinion. In this video I would like to share with you my opinion about perfume from Armaf. Club de Nuit Intense Man is an undisputed bestseller from Armaf. This is exactly the perfume that popularized the Armaf brand in the world. Why? Here, the experts among us have no problem answering this question, and for new perfume enthusiasts, here comes the answer. Club de Nuit Intense Man is an extremely versatile, long-lasting, and relatively cheap alternative to the Creed Aventus. Creed Aventus is an absolute hit in the niche fragrance category. However, hardly anyone is willing to spend more than 250 euros on a fragrance, and that's why many Aventus DNA fans are always looking for cheaper alternatives, of which are many on the market. Here just a few examples. The best-selling fragrance from Montblanc, Explorer, Mercedes-Benz Select, Zara Vibrant Leather, Pour Longevity, Supermassive Silver by Afnan, very close to the original but also Pour Longevity, Pineapple Vintage Intense, a bit more expensive because it supposedly contains many natural ingredients, or Rums Al Razazi 9325 Pour Louis, better known as Zebra. In my opinion, Club de Nuit Intense Man is the best alternative to Creed Aventus, and I thought it would stay that way. I was very surprised when I found out that Armaf released Club de Nuit Intense Man as an EDP, Eau de Parfum. Eau de Parfum, what does it mean? What are the differences between Eau de Cologne, or EDC for short, Eau de Toilette, or EDT, and Eau de Parfum, EDP. Before I start comparing the above two versions of Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man, let's clarify these shortcuts and once and for all. Let's start with Eau de Cologne, or EDC. It is simply the smallest concentration of fragrance oils in a perfume. We're talking about 3 to 5% of these oils, whether natural or synthetic. Such fragrances are light, usually fresh, and perfect for summer, although their longevity is usually not very good. Then we have Eau de Toilette, or EDT. Here we are talking about 6 to 10% of fragrance oils in perfume. Such concentration is mostly known from designer fragrances. With a higher concentration of fragrance oils in the perfume, it means 8 to 15%, we are talking about Eau de Parfum, or EDP, just the new variant of Club de Nuit Intense Man. The strongest concentration of fragrance oils, that is above 15% and up to 40% of the total perfume, are called parfum. That is the perfume that is usually applied directly on the skin, and it not in a form of an aerosol, but in oil. And now I would like to clarify two things. It is not always the case that a higher concentration of fragrance oils in a perfume will improve the longevity of the perfume. Sometimes the EDT concentration of a particular fragrance has a better longevity than the EDP version of the same perfume. There can be many reasons for this: the quality of the fragrance oils, the humidity of the air, the perfume reformulations by the company that made this perfume, and so on. In short, most of the time EDT lasts shorter than EDP, but it's not worth blindly believing in it. I always recommend you just try the longevity of the selected fragrance, nomen omen, on your own skin. In my case, it was the same in the case of Dior Sauvage. The EDT version has a better and longer projection and longevity than the EDP version on my skin. The second important point to clarify is that the EDP version of the same perfume may smell completely different in the EDT version. One of the best examples of this is the current version of Dior Homme 2020. The EDT and the EDP versions are particularly two different fragrances. Be careful and never blindly buy a version of your favorite perfume in a different concentration, because the disappointment can be really huge. Now let's move to the 2 stars of our today's video. The bottles themselves are identical on the first glance. The black finish, the front, the medallion or the cap. Upon closer inspection, we notice some small differences. On the left side of the EDP version, there is an inscription Club de Nuit, and the corners of the cap are also sharper in the EDT version than in the EDP version, just like that. In addition, the smallest version of the EDT are 105 milliliters, and the smallest EDP version are 150 milliliters. The two fragrances have the same notes and they are quite simple in the composition. The top notes are lemon, bergamot, apple, pineapple and blackcurrant. The heart notes are birch, jasmine and rose. And the base notes are vanilla, patchouli, musk and ambergris. Now, how does the EDT version smell and how does the EDP smell? Undoubtedly, both of these versions are very strongly inspired by Creed Aventus. The EDT version, you smell the lemon notes very intensely at the beginning, and only later on, after about 30 minutes, this, in my opinion, too intense lemon becomes weaker. And then we smell a nice mix of blackcurrant and pineapple with an apple in the background, and it is fine. After about an hour, vanilla and amber come into the slightly sweeten the last phase of the fragrance. The EDP version is available from 2019, and I found it in Dubai a year ago. At that time, the EDP version was not available in Europe. Although this version has the same notes as the EDT version, it is completely different and, more accurately speaking, better composed. Immediately after applying the fragrance, we don't smell the lemon intensity as in the EDT version at the beginning, and the scent is definitely more smoky, well balanced, and gives the impression that it was made by qualitatively better ingredients. The scent itself and its evolution on my skin is almost identical. Now, how about the performance of these two fragrances? Or these two versions. In short, the performance of both of EDT and EDP version is good or even very good. The EDT version lasts all day on my skin, and the EDP version is just brutal. After applying on skin, the scent lasts all day, evening shower, all night, and the next day in the morning I still slightly smell it. Just awesome. The projection of these two scents is also great, especially when we spray a few drops on our clothes. Sillage, the scent trail this perfume leaves behind us, is also strong. Here in the EDP version is the winner. The scent cloud stays behind us in the rooms where we were moving up to several meters behind us. Where and for which occasions is Club de Nuit Intense Men suitable, both EDT and EDP? Here the answer is simple: wherever Creed Aventus can be worn, that is, at any time of the year and any occasion. The composition is so versatile that it is just right for a date, for a job interview, and even for an own wedding. The combination of this fresh, fruity and smoky notes makes this fragrance perfect for both hot and cold weather. And now, what about the price? We will not be disappointed here. The EDT 105 milliliter version costs about 30 euros. For the EDP version, we have to spend about 50 euros. However, we have here 150 milliliters. I think that's a good price in both cases, especially considering the composition and the longevity and also the number of compliments we will get for these two fragrances. Now we come to the conclusion. Both fragrances are strongly inspired by Creed Aventus. Or to be less diplomatic, both copy Creed Aventus. The EDT version has a bit too citrusy opening, but gets better later, while the EDP version is better balanced. In terms of longevity and projection, I have to say that these are better, even better than the Creed Aventus. The only thing that can be held against these two fragrances is the fact that connoisseurs will notice that the original is made from quality ingredients despite its weaker performance. My final rating for the EDT version is 8 out of 10, while the EDP version earns a strong 9 out of 10. Finally, I must make one thing clear. I will never recommend a copy, and if you can afford it, you should buy a Creed Aventus. Nevertheless, I recommend you to try these two fragrances just to broaden the horizon of our passion. Now, which of these two fragrances is better? Or maybe the King Aventus is unbeatable? I will be very happy to read your opinion in the comments section. That's it for today, and if you like this review, I would appreciate a like and subscription. Take care and see you soon. Bye!